I'm joined now by Johny Hendricks, UFC Welterweight Champion of the World. Thank you so much for coming in. You have a fight coming up this Saturday at Mandalay Bay. It is going to be your first title defense, meeting Robbie Lawler for the second time. It was back in March when you faced off for the first time, and that was when the belt was up for grabs. You got it, unanimous decision going all 5 rounds. A lot of striking, a lot of really cool kicks. I'm wondering, what Johny Hendricks are we going to see in this fight?
That we don't know. You know what I mean? That's sort of the excitement that I get out of it, is that I don't know what's going to happen, because when we get in there, he might throw problems that make me where I can't strike as much, can't do certain things, right? So I sort of feel the moment. You know, you got to go second by second and see what kind of problems you face and what can actually be done. You know, if let's say my left hand's not landing very well, then I know I need to start using my jab and my right hand a lot more, and maybe threatening with some takedowns, so that way I can set up some other things.
When we got to round 3 in that last fight, that's when we saw the sort of Mike Tyson attribute of Lawler come out, and he got you, I think with his left, you were cut open in the right eye.
Yep.
You went back to the corner, and your corner said, "Whisper to me in my ear what's going on." Can you tell us what was going on? What did you tell them?
Yeah, I tore my bicep in the first round. It completely blew. Had to have surgery. And they didn't know. They're like, "Take him down." I was like, not going to tell you guys. You know what I mean? And then the third round, it started getting hard to parry, hard to block, hard to do anything with the right hand. And that's sort of what made it. So that's whenever they started yelling at me even more, and I was like, okay, I got to tell them.
How is that injury now?
Oh, it's great. Perfectly fine. Listen to Dr. Meister. He's a Rangers doctor for Texas Rangers baseball. He did an amazing job. The therapy went great and all that kind of stuff. So rehab and my strength and conditioning coach, Adrian Ramirez, he did a lot of rehab for me as well. So that's the least of my worries.
But what about, are you worried about that power punch? How have you prepared more this time around for?
You know what? Realistically, I don't think you can prepare for a power punch. You either got a chin or you don't. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I'm sort of excited. Now that I have 2 hands, I can't wait to see what I can do. You know what I mean? I fought him where he was the best at. He hasn't fought me there yet. And this fight, hopefully I can get out there and prove that.
If you were Robbie Lawler, how would you prepare for Johny Hendricks?
I would prepare for everything. You know what I mean? I'd make sure my cardio's there. I'd make sure my wrestling defense is there. I'd make sure that you got to win every scenario, every situation. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you can't give up a second or a minute. And that's the same thing with him. I can't give up a second to him, because we both have that knockout power. And, you know what I mean, if you go to the bathroom or turn around to tell somebody to sit down, you could miss the fight. So
this will be your 3rd time fighting 5 rounds. Your last 2 times went the full distance, which is pretty intense.
A little bit, yes. Yeah, 25 minutes is a long time. Definitely in there with somebody. You know what I mean? That's wanting to beat you up as bad as you want to beat them up. But that's also what drives me to this sport, and it drives a lot of fans. And we have a lot of great fans out there. Is that excitement. They don't know what's going to happen. I think that's what draws them to this fight too. We both have that knockout power. We both could finish it. Could be the 1st round or the 5th round. And time will tell. You know what I mean? December 6th, right around the corner. I
imagine you would like it to end a little bit earlier this time around.
My wife would, yes. And my kids would, for sure, and maybe my managers. Me, I enjoy the fight. You know what I mean? You train for 3.5 months, and that 25 minutes is all you get to showcase what you have. And so for me, I love being out there. I love hearing the crowd. I love not knowing what's going to happen.
And speaking of that first fight with GSP, how often do you still think about that fight, and how bad would you want it to happen?
Yeah, I think about it all the time, because I think what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that fight was one of those fights that it is what it is. I thought I won it. I did everything I could. I prepared myself the best. But then again, I didn't get the judges to see that, right? So I use that as motivation every day. Wake up, why am I getting better cardio? Why am I trying to get my skill set better? So that way the next fight that happens, if he does come back, they'll see it the way that I did the first time.
Oh, the fans would love to see that. But it's up in the air, up to him to come back. But more importantly, you've got a big fight coming up this Saturday. We're all excited to see it. I'm hoping to see a little bit more on the ground.
We'll see. You know what I mean? I don't like to give out too much, but it could be a possibility.
And you never can plan it. Thank you so much, Mr. Big Rig, for coming in. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you, and back to you.